Welcome to the PhD Mommy's Journey podcast with Bridgette Ojo, an educator and scientific researcher who also happens to be your number one fan. This podcast is for millennial mommypreneurs who strive to be the best versions of themselves every single day. If you're a millennial mom interested in learning more about mindset, motherhood, and motivation, then this is the podcast for you.
Welcome back to the PhD Mommy's Journey, the podcast where we explore the challenges and triumphs of balancing academia, motherhood, and personal growth. Hi there, I'm your host, Bridgette Ojo, and today we're diving into the second rule from Jordan Peterson's book, 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos. Now, you guys, this rule is deeply transformative. The rule reads, treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. However, before we dive right in, I want to take a moment to address something super important. Now, to my amazing listeners, I first want to sincerely and deeply apologize for the delay in posting new episodes. Life has been lifing, y'all, and it has been a whirlwind over these past few months. If you've been following my journey on social media, you know that I've been in kind of the middle of a lot of major life transitions. So first and foremost, I completed Navy boot camp. So yay, kudos to me. I am officially a sailor. So the PhD mommy is also a sailor now. I've also pushed forward in my PhD dissertation. And most importantly, I've been prioritizing myself in ways I never have done before. Now, let me tell you guys, boot camp, it was an intense, life-changing experience, and it required my full mental and physical focus. So I had to take a step back from content creation to give myself the space to fully embrace this transition. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't regret it. Now, you see, if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that sometimes you have to push yourself first, not just in self-care, but in the bigger picture of your growth and success. And speaking of success, I have another update. So I am currently at the proposal defense stage of my dissertation, which means I am so close to finishing my PhD journey. For those who don't know, my research focuses on the experiences of graduate student parents who are raising young children while pursuing their degrees. This topic is incredibly personal to me because, as you all know, I've been navigating motherhood, academia, fitness, and now military service, all at the same time. It's been a challenge, but just like with my fitness journey and my transition into the Navy, every step forward has been about proving to myself that I can do hard things. So to those of you who are also pushing through personal or professional challenges, I see you. I'm with you. And we are going to cross these finish lines together. So let's get into today's episode, shall we? So the first topic is understanding self-neglect. Now, in this book, Peterson points out something that really hit me hard. People often take better care of their pets than themselves. Think about it. If your pet is sick, you take them to the vet, you follow the prescribed treatment, and you make sure that they get the best care possible. You probably do this with your children. You probably do this with everyone else except for, you guessed it, you. Now, when it comes to ourselves, we often procrastinate on doctor's appointments, we push our self-care to the side, we pretty much dismiss our own needs. Have you ever wondered, why do we do this? In the book, Peterson suggests it's often due to a lack of self-worth. We don't see ourselves as someone as worthy of that level of care. Now, if I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys, For years, I have often put myself last on my priority list. But when I made the decision to join the Navy, everything changed for me. I had to start treating myself like someone who deserved structure, someone who deserved discipline, and most importantly, someone who deserved care. And let me tell you, it is so empowering to realize that you are worth the effort. Now, the next topic in the book, specifically in this chapter, focuses on the psychological impact. Now, when you treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping, it begins to have this profound psychological benefits. So, for example, once I started prioritizing my health, my discipline, and most importantly, my self-respect, I began to see a lot of shifts in my mental state. Number one, my confidence grew. And I mean, it grew. When I looked in the mirror, I started to see a newer version of myself that, for once, I really, truly respected. And with that, my resilience began to strengthen. I was able to handle challenges, not with self-doubt, but with the mindset of someone who is actually in control of their own life. And with that, my self-discipline improved. You guys know I lost over 100 pounds. And with that, I had to stay committed to daily workouts. I had to work out. I had to develop myself personally. So personal development. And soon, structure just became second nature. Research in psychology supports this idea. Studies show that self-compassion, which means treating yourself with the same kindness and care that you would offer a friend, it helps to lower anxiety and depression, and most importantly, it helps you to develop something known as emotional resilience. So, ladies and gentlemen, because I also have male listeners, if you've been neglecting yourself, ask, would I treat a loved one this way? Because if the answer is no, then guess what? It's time to start showing up for yourself the way you show up for others. The third topic in this chapter focuses on the implications for personal growth in leadership. Now, this rule, treating yourself like someone you are responsible for helping, is not just about individual well-being. It's about personal growth and, most importantly, leadership. When you start treating yourself with the same level of care, the same level of discipline and responsibility that you'd give to someone you're guiding, guess what you do? You inspire those around you. Many of you guys know that I used to be an educator. Technically, I still am. However, I just educate in a different way. But my journey from being a high school teacher to a sailor to a content creator, it's not just about me. It's about showing other people, helping other women, other moms, that transformation is possible. When you also start treating yourself with the same level of care and discipline and responsibility, guess what? You begin to create stronger relationships. When you respect yourself, others respect you more. You also develop mental toughness. The more you challenge yourself, the more capable you actually become. Now, when I was in Navy boot camp, there is this thing called warrior toughness, and it really touched home with me because mental toughness is something that is so important because you need to challenge yourself. You need to push past your perceived self-limitations on what you can and cannot do. So developing mental toughness, when you start treating yourself like someone you're responsible for helping, I mean, it's just a really beautiful thing to experience. Now, another big lesson that I learned while in the Navy is when you hold yourself to a higher standard, naturally, everything around you starts to elevate. You start to lose friends, but guess what? You gain new friends. You start to look at things in a better perspective because you expect more, not from yourself, but from everything that is around you. Now, as you guys know, as an educator, my job is not just to teach, but it's also to help you understand and, more importantly, apply what I teach in a way that is practical for you. So here are some practical tips for implementation. In other words, here's how you can start treating yourself with the same level of care and responsibility as you would a loved one. Number 1, prioritize self-care. Self-care, we are in the self-care era, so it's really important that you prioritize taking care of yourself. This means make time for activities that nourish your mind, your body, your spirit. Read a book, go for a walk, pray, journal, meditate. Do something that is going to nourish those 3 important parts of who you are. Next, set boundaries. Learn to say no to things that drain you. Protect your time and energy, because time and energy are 2 things that are just so important that we take for granted. We take our time for granted. We take our energy for granted. Set those boundaries. If you don't want to do something, say no. It's okay. It's your life. Practice self-compassion. Be compassionate with yourself. Give yourself grace. When you fail, when you struggle, it's okay. Respond with kindness. Don't be harsh to yourself. Don't criticize yourself. Don't engage in self-sabotage. Be compassionate to you. Seek support. Now, a lot of times mental health is something that we don't really know how to navigate. We talk about it, but we don't really know how to navigate. That's why you don't need to be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes you may need to speak with a mentor, sometimes a friend, or you might need to go to therapy. All of those things are okay. Just have support. Having a support system allows you to be the best version of yourself. And now I have a challenge for you. It is called the 30-Day Self-Care Challenge. So, for the next 30 days, I want you to commit to 1 act of self-care per day. It doesn't have to be big. It just needs to be something that acknowledges that you matter. Whether it's going for a walk for 10 minutes, whether it is journaling, writing a gratitude list, going to go get your nails done, taking a shower, whatever it is, it's your journey. And just remember, your transformation starts with 1 small step. As always, my goal is to cultivate and foster a strong and powerful community of women who are eager to create a nice culture of growth, resilience, and transformation. And we only do this as we share, we learn, and most importantly, we become strong together. As we close on today's episode, let's embrace this commitment to ourselves. Let's treat ourselves like someone we are responsible for helping. Let's ensure that every step we take is intentional, every decision that we make is empowering, and every action is leading us closer to the best version of ourselves. You know my motto, be 1% better than you were yesterday. And this concludes today's episode of the PhD Mommy's Journey podcast. As always, I'm Bridgette Ojo, your partner, your bestie in this journey of self-belief, discipline, and transformation. Again, I challenge you, step into the role of your own hero, your own shiro. Show up for yourself. Treat yourself with care, with respect, and most importantly, with responsibility. Until next time, stay blessed, stay resilient, and most importantly, stay empowered. Oh, and don't forget, you are worth the effort, Queen. If you have Instagram, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the PhD Mommy Life for more insights, inspiration, and shared journeys. Until next time.